What's up, everybody? It's your boy Meme here. So I was watching a streamer that I enjoy watch this video of these people critiquing Ben Shapiro's skills as a violinist. And I'm not a violinist, but I know the terms that they're using because it's just general music terms. And everybody in the chat was like five had wine, like oh yes, when they used the word vibrato. But it's weird because like the word vibrato isn't an oh yes term. And I think it's just because nobody knows music stuff in this chat. But saying vibrato is like one of the least yes music terms you could ever have. Obama. I forgot, for context for what this is, I forgot to here's an Arizona iced tea. And I realized, hey, it's super hot, but I'd never put an Arizona iced tea in the freezer when I woke up. Plus, I woke up at like 11:50 and I was having food at like 12:10, so even if I put the Arizona in the freezer when I woke up, wouldn't have even done anything. I was like, hey, well, my mom was like, hey, after complaining to her about it, my mom was like, hey, fill up a glass with ice, fill it full of Arizona iced tea, it's Arnold Palmer, and then yum yum, Arizona iced tea. The only reason why, like, I really don't like ice, I hate ice, except when it comes to water, as you can tell. It's because it's such a scam. Oh, actually, I didn't turn on polychromatic. Let me turn it on static. Anyways, yeah. It's because it's such a waste of money. It's like a scam. It's like, oh boy, time to drink Coke, but whoops, only 1/4 of my cup is filled with Coke and the other 3/4 is full of literal water. So it doesn't make any sense to me. Not literal water. Literal water would just literally be water, but literal water as in like, you know what I mean. Life's going good, honestly. Like, for lunch today, it's some pasta salad and some leftover steak. It was tasty. Last time we had a steak, except for yesterday, we made like a nice filet mignon steak. We barely even have them. Like, we have them like once every like 2 years, right? But we had it, and it was so nice, and it was so tasty. It always takes me back every time I have a bite of a filet mignon steak, because there is no fat. There is not a single bit on the steak that isn't edible, and you can't say that with a lot of steak. And it's just incredible, I have to say. It's just amazing. I recently, I don't know why I'm doing that. It's just comfortable. It's like a massage. I recently changed my user chrome.css file to make my bookmarks bar next to the nav bar, but then hide that bar unless I hover over it. And so now I only have one bar on my Firefox. And it's honestly very nice. Today I am doing my sort of snapshot thing where I record my entire day, both my monitors, for the whole day. Last one was like 15 hours because that's how long I was awake. The issue is I must have reinstalled OBS or something, because my settings were changed a bit, and so I had to change them back, and so I usually just look up, like, every time I do one of these, or every time I have to change my settings, like, best settings OBS 2020 for recording, or something like that. But, see, the issue is that it told me to do for constant refresh rate, instead of variable refresh rate. Not refresh rate, bit rate. constant bit rate instead of variable bit rate. The issue with that is that with variable bit rate, let's say I'm just on my lock screen, there doesn't need to be a bit rate because nothing's changing, except for the time. That can change a bit. But when it's constant bit rate, it's giving the same amount of information every frame. It's not necessarily lossless, but it's kind of similar, depending on what your bit rate is. Mine is 32 megabits a second, which is 1/8 of a megabyte. But I think it's 1/8. I don't know. But yeah, hopefully, because I have 800 gigabytes left on the drive that I have the snapshot in, and I have how many free on the drive I'm going to move it to. I have 2 terabytes free. So as long as the video doesn't get over 2 terabytes, it doesn't matter, and the video is not going to get over 2 terabytes. It might get to 200 gigabytes. How big was the last one? It was 195 gigabytes. And it was 14 hours and 45 minutes, 43 minutes. Yeah, looking back at it, it seems fine. You know how it is. Oh man, it's crazy, because I look back at like my original snapshot, right? My second original snapshot, because the first one had a weird resolution. And it's like, wow, that's so wacky, because everything was so ugly back then. Like, my taskbar, mine is super tiny now. I think it's 11 pixels wide. Back then, it was so massive. My taskbar. Same with everything. Everything was just way too oversized, in my opinion. And me and my buddy, I talked to him like quite a bit every day. We just didn't talk all that much, like back in January 5th of 2020. Oh, and it's so weird. I remember talking to another one of my friends on January 1st of 2020. And man, that's just so weird. That like this was, oh wow. It's oh man. And I had this big context thing. Let me read it out. So I want to give some context to this video. This is the 37 gigabyte 2-hour video. Before I did it every day. Not every day, but for the full day. Before I did it, I used to do it just like 2 hours, but now I do it for the full day once a month. So I want to give some context of this video because I've tried to record it 2 times, but to no avail. The first try, I only recorded 1 screen. The second try, I got the resolution all wrong, but this time will be it. It was it. This is basically going to be a video showing what life was like on January 5th, 2020, so that in 10 years I can look back and think, wow, what was my computer like back then? Or wow, that's what it was like before the war. I don't think that joke landed well. Was this before coronavirus? No, it wasn't. It's near the beginning. So wish me luck. Of course this isn't going to be exactly how my life was, since I'll constantly know I'm recording, but I'll try best to record it. It's getting better now, at me sort of acting natural when I'm recording. Of course, because some days I just watch YouTube, and this was looking to be one of those days, but it's one of those where it's like, I also play some City Skylines and some CSGO right now, so I'm probably going to boot those 2 games up, even though I'd probably just do one of those for the whole day. Just to show, because a lot of things happen in a month. Like, I've kind of stopped playing on my Minecraft server. I'll probably start playing it again in like a week, right? But right now, yeah, I just don't have anything to do. But last time I recorded, I was just playing Minecraft left and right. Baba boy. And so, yeah. Yeah. It's so weird, because, like, I look back at my old videos. Man, it's so weird. It's like, that's so freaky. Man, I don't know. Alright, yeah. was probably my longest video of this session, of like the past few times, if that makes sense. Yeah. Alright, see ya, dude.